Oh. Yes.
Shut up! You dare lay your filthy hands on my Ina?
Yes, that's right. I'm the one who made your sister a lost one.
Be still a little longer. Just a little longer. Haseo. There's no more time. Ida will. The epitaph of Twilight.
The online game, The World, Revision 2. It has become a lawless land, where PCs who prey on others, or PKs as they are known, roam freely throughout the land. In order to save the comatose Shino, Haseo, the PC who holds the title Terror of Death, pursued a mysterious PK named Tri-Edge and finally destroyed him. However, this resulted in the rise of an abnormal phenomenon known as Ida. Only Haseo and the other epitaph users who control the unknown power of avatars are able to exterminate Ida. Having ascertained that Ida had caused a sudden change in Sirius, the Emperor of the Holy Palace, Haseo traveled to the arena accompanied by former Emperor Alkaid. Through many difficult battles, Haseo grew in skill and strength. However, a terrible price for this was paid when Alkaid became comatose as well. Following the advice left by Alkaid, Haseo relied on Endrance's strength to finally defeat Sirius. Yet, the reappearance of Tri-Edge, thought long ago defeated, brought only more uncertainty. In the midst of that, Sakaki, second unit leader of the Moon Tree Guild, began a revolt and seized control of the guild's headquarters. And so, in a throne room warped by Ida's power, Haseo battled Adeli, a member of the Moon Tree Guild, and released her from Ida's control. After that, Haseo pursued the fleeing Sakaki and defeated him. only to discover the identity of the true culprit who had been pulling the strings. Ovan. Respected leader of the Twilight Brigade, the legendary guild of which Haseo was once a member. And the man who thus far has led him to every one of his battles. However, once Ovan's left arm became exposed for all to see, Haseo understood everything. It was him all along. He was the one who attacked Shino. He was the true Tri-Edge.
Become stronger, Haseo.
You know I became a PKK to track down Tri-Edge, the PK that took out Shino. In the beginning, I was certain that the guy I saw back then was him. But the person who PK'd Shino... You had Tri-Edge's Ida sealed in your left arm the whole time, Ovan. You knew everything. You hurt Shino, and then manipulated me. Have you been using me? Since the first moment we met? I'm such a damn fool. You want me to become stronger? What is it you want me to do? What are you planning? I just don't get it.
What?
PC Yada. Your access to the Serpent of Lore has just been terminated.
What?
Like you could from the first to the second game, so too can you do it from the second to the third. You can import your save data, having completed Volume 2, into Volume 3. So we begin here with everything realized who the true villain was. And we realized that defeating him won't be as simple as PKing him inside an MMO. We're still left without much idea where to go or what to do. We know who our villain is, but even where he is or how to dispatch him remains unknown. For importing data. I got a couple of extra items and a couple movies are shown in here. In fact, it's the second episode of .hack Roots. Navigation system. A navigation system that actually lets people drive their car around hands-free. The car will drive itself. However, there's been a few issues with it. Village may fall. The space station village, which was named by one of our fellow players of the world, may be forced to fall down due to some internal mechanical issues, some technological issues. It's said that if this is not solved, if this is not corrected, then the space station may fall down to Earth. This again sounds like something that perhaps Ida is to blame. Salvador Aihara appears to be free from the hospital, which is always great. However, Online Jack is now being heavily criticized for essentially making up news. Now, we know what we saw was indeed true, but the overall population doesn't quite believe him. And there's a new episode of Online Jack, which we'll get to later. Forum. Yelling at Moontree and saying how they hate Moontree and they're stupid and they smell. And then other people just saying that, like, well, gee, where do I go now? Other people who have seen black spots. This person even lost a friend to them. He really doesn't know, but is scared the person is now comatose, like the rumors say. There's been a version update of Crimson Versus. Now this has changed the rules around a little bit, introducing, what do they call them? What do they refer to? The Delta combos. Now this, I'll speak at length about Crimson VS and this kind of thing later. I actually haven't had the chance to fiddle around with it yet, so... Version up! Yay! system called the Delta Combo. Let's see here. 1. There are new cards. Yay, there are new cards. More cards, more cards. Wait, no, that's not where I was looking. 2. Delta Combos. Based on the combination of cards you construct your deck with, you'll get special abilities and things. Let's see here. Ah, there we are. Looks like this particular combo he's put together there gives a +2 to unit cost in battle. I think that means you can still make it with lower, but it's greater in the end. Always good. And then just people kind of talking about that. People giving different ideas for decks and the like. And in this one, Butt Rice here was actually asking for... was kind of confused about it, and then Cocky Leader razzes on him, and then gives him a whole bunch of real neat new decks to use. Ah, news! Guy talking about the online car navigation system. Apparently this guy's car farted out on him too. Which was the .hack Roots, Episode 2. The Doppelganger equipment, which then, if we've defeated Doppelganger up until now, we can use the key items and stuff from them to go beat them up again and get even more great stuff. I'll worry about that later, though. Campaign completion! Gym Kicker, Lucky Data, Beekman's Model... all of those things are done and over with, so we're going to have to re-trigger them when the quests open up. There's also a new town, Bragipona. Now, seeing as we were the Holy Palace champion, our at-home has now been upgraded and moved to Bragipona, which is great. But first, there are posts on the forum. People concerned about the Sage Palace and how it's going to be really funny. Nobody knows what the rules are going to be, how things are going to work. Some people wonder if Haseo is going to join, and of course we are. This is a GU game. It's like obligatory that there's a giant arena battle in every game. Oh well, log on in.
Let's head to the Sigma server for Kennard's advanced at-home in Breg Epona.
Now we've gained a new option on here for our lost weapons, presumably also hacked by our anonymous helper, which says what level all of the lost weapons are at, and you can use virus cores then to power them up. And then Awakening and then the more we now have Avatar Awakening instead of whatever our other awakening was that escapes me at the moment. But it doesn't matter because Avatar Awakening is so much more awesome. Actually, I do kind of miss the other one, but Avatar Awakening, still awesome. Now, as you use this on enemies, it powers up, gets more and more powerful. Alright! So let's do what we're supposed to do and go over to Breg Epona. This is probably my favorite root town. I've got to say, I do have mixed feelings about it in one form or another, but it is still one of probably my favorite root town. It's just so bright and cheerful and beautiful. A side street here you can kind of hobble down, and there's nothing of note down here. A couple cutscenes happen down here, but probably the only real thing that you get in here, in this root town, that says steampunk. If you go down here, I mean, look at that. That's like an electrical panel. But the only real steampunk thing you get here is if you go all the way to the back end. Little items, health up and stuff. And we have a part shop. Now, for completion's sake, you always want to just buy every one of these. And of course, I'm friggin' rich, so I can afford to just buy everything. don't think I've spoken to her yet, and by that I mean in the previous games. I don't think she was actually in them, but I could be mistaken. But either way, all the way back to our Atco.